Good afternoon, everyone. This is incredibly daunting, so just bear with me a second. So I'm from Mercer, and actually what I wanted to do was give you a talk about the way we've adopted an advice solution to help basically solve a challenge that we'd identified in our business. So we're calling it Advice is Back, but for many of you, advice has probably never been away. In the workplace pensions industry, it's kind of taken a back seat in recent years, and it has only really been suitable for the 10% that were mentioned earlier, so those with the high net worth or potentially more complex arrangements. So what I'm talking about today is a solution for the 90%. So what are we doing to then give the 90% the support they need to make better decisions about their retirement savings? So what we introduced is an industry with guidance. So in a world where we find it incredibly hard to get people to care about their pensions, get incredibly hard for them to even do anything, we decided to introduce a self-serve model which just signposted people through to a number of different options, and we expected that to work. Well, in an unexpected turn of events, it didn't work, right? And we needed to do something different. And the reason that guidance doesn't work for me personally is twofold. So the first one is we as a society are increasingly saving in a variety and an increasing number of different pots when it comes to our future income. So for someone starting their career now, on average, they would have 12 pension pots when they reach retirement. So that, plus all your investments, your ISAs, your equity, then creates this huge portfolio. And then we're expecting guidance to then guide you through into how to, basically access those different pots. Now, we've been addressing this challenge for a number of years, and that's why we've partnered with MoneyHub as our open finance partner to then provide our pension scheme members with a holistic view of their aggregated portfolio, so they can see everything in one place and they're able to make informed decisions, because we believe that providing that context is then helping people to make more informed short, medium and long-term savings decisions. So that's challenge one that we're doing a lot of work to try and solve. And now challenge two is increasing or changing legislation in the pensions world has brought with it increased flexibility for the individual. In our world, flexibility means complexity, and it is very hard for even the most seasoned of savers to understand all the different technical aspects of pension savings. So because of that, because we're now introducing all this flexibility, what we're actually doing is we're causing a paralysis of choice. By giving people too much information, it's too hard for them to make informed decisions. And as a result, bad decisions are following. So on the screen here, you can see that some of the largest pension providers at the moment are reporting that 75% of people at retirement are cashing out and just leaving the scheme and leaving that kind of jurisdiction, which means we can't demonstrate that we've provided better outcomes or that we're giving people the support and the service they need to manage their savings in retirement. And on the right-hand side, we can see that 70% of monies, pension monies, have been taken before the age of 64, which means that we are running the risk of seeing a wave on the horizon of underfunded pensioners who are going to come back to us in industry and say, why didn't you give us more support? Why didn't you help me manage my money? So these are the challenges that we're trying to fix. And this is why we had to bring advice back to pensions, but in an affordable and accessible way, so that we open the door for the many, not the few, to get the support they need to make informed decisions about their pension savings. So that's where Destination Retirement comes in. So this is our digital advice service. It's provided by Hub Financial Solutions, who are part of the Just Group. So what this does is it provides members with fully regulated digital advice. It's no cost to access, so you can log in with no cost and you can kind of model to your heart's content to get your fully regulated piece of advice. You only actually pay if you then transact and have the ongoing advice service. It looks at not just you, it looks at your household. So it will look at other sources of income, and it doesn't just look at your pensions, it looks at every pot you've possibly got. It is on your own terms, so you can log in, from the comfort of your own home at a time that suits you. You're in control. It will then run through millions of calculations to then help you see the most tax efficient way to use all of your pots to then fund your retirement. And then finally, it gives you that ongoing advice. So as you move through retirement, you continue to get access to the tool so that you kind of get that ongoing support as you save and spend and as your life kind of rebalances through that, through that decumulation phase of pensions. Now, we believe that introducing this tool has opened the door for thousands more pension scheme members to have access to the level of advice they need to make better decisions about their finances, and the data we're seeing supports that. So we've seen a 20-fold increase in level of engagement and take-up of this service compared to previous guidance services, and that number is rising exponentially as we speak. And then, so that's how we believe that is now delivering better support for individuals, and it's going to lead to better outcomes in the future. Now, as a provider, what that gives us is access to data. So that is data that we can look at today, so we can understand our members today and the different sources of income that they have to then afford their retirement. So I like this one in the bottom right-hand corner because it's already showing that over half of monies that people are using towards their retirement are non-pensions. Completely validates our belief that you need to show this kind of holistic savings picture in order to better save for your pension. And then the exciting bit for me is kind of living in this kind of world is that actually we can now start to use this data to evolve our proposition, to start, looking at this predictive analytics and AI world, to then put in preventative measures way before retirement to help people save enough rather than rely on the kind of remedial action that as an industry we currently do. So that is kind of, why I believe that advice is back in the pensions industry. That's not to say that we don't also have human support. So through Destination Retirement, you also have access to human advisors, and through our pension product, we also have access to human advice service as well. So our role in all of this as the provider is looking at how we can harness, curate, and then deliver this service, as well as the wider support function, the advice function, to then help members achieve better outcomes in their future. Thank you very much.